Welcome to BloomrPulse. My name is Royce Lee and say hi to my co-hosts.
Hello.
Hi, Royce.
So excited to be here, Royce.
Introduce yourself.
Oh,
Go ahead, Shannon.
Okay, so hi everyone. I'm Shannon, also known as Shannon Taylor TW on Instagram and TikTok. I do content creation. Fun fact, I just graduated from university, so I hope it's very aligned with what we're going to be talking about today as well.
Congrats. Now
Yes,
you are
congrats.
without a safety blanket anymore.
Yes, you're right. He's very right. Yeah, so that's me. Maybe Abby, you want to start sharing as well?
Hi, my name is Abby. I'm a singer, performer, and also at the moment a social media personality as well. Very happy to be here with my friends.
Beautiful.
Graduated long time ago.
Yeah, I can relate.
I love
How about Justin?
Okay, hi guys, I'm Justin. I'm currently an assistant VP in the financial advisory space. But the subsidiary that I'm currently in, we specialize more in all investments, that kind of thing. Not so much the traditional way of savings, like savings plans and endowments. So I hope I can be of some value today.
Wow.
Definitely the real
For
guru
sure.
amongst all of us.
Yes,
We're just
basically
here to
the
listen
expert.
and learn.
Yes.
So we all know that Singapore is a very expensive city to live in. There are many ways still to save money and stretch your dollar. So we are here to explore that today. So today, we're going to ask the first question. Do you think you have saved enough money?
See all our faces, we're all
Silence.
stressed.
Okay,
What
Abby,
is enough money?
what's
Okay.
enough money to you?
So for me, do I have savings? Yes, I do. But if we're gonna look at big ticket items like property, a house, and also to want to generously give back more to your parents who are at a retirement age.
Yeah, parents' allowance also inflation every year.
Yes.
Then savings, truthfully, maybe not enough. Yes.
Actually, I kind of agree with Abby also because you're talking about property, right? I mean, my boyfriend and I are also hoping to secure a BTO. And obviously there's things that we have to consider like down payment and things like that. Super expensive, plus with inflation, Royce. I mean, you see, immediately both of you, your smiles just came up because I think we all know everything's getting more expensive, especially not even talking about big ticket items, right? Like food, clothing, whatsoever. Everything's super expensive. So in terms of savings, I'm also not too sure how much is enough because I feel like there will never be enough. But I also think that because now we have Justin, right? I want to know from your perspective as well. Do you think you've saved enough considering that you are someone that has so much money in investments and things like that?
Okay, I think it's subjective. Enough is subjective, right? Like what you say, you kind of stole my line. I was just going to say, it's never going to be enough. So I think, like what you say, inflation, I mean, last year, December was in Singapore 6.7% inflation in Singapore. So it's quite crazy to see these prices. And back then, I was eating Subway for $6.50, my Subway melts. But now it's $10.
Really?
Just the burger itself.
Oh my
Or the
goodness.
sandwich itself. Yeah, so we have come a long way.
Yeah.
And I think just with prices in general always going up and land is so scarce in Singapore, property prices will unlikely go down. So I feel that it is really never enough. I mean, whatever I have now, I have to ensure that my future is secure first.
Yep.
Then I can give back to friends, family, girlfriend, and in the future, my kids. Yeah, education is increasing at such
That's true.
absurd prices,
Yeah.
So, and it's not just educational inflation, you also have medical inflation, things like that. So it's quite a scary world that we live in.
Yes.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say what I have now is enough, but I think it's hard.
Yeah. That's true.
Right, so Shannon, you were saying that you're a fresh graduate, right?
Yes.
So being a student and now a graduate, do you think that, how does it differ in saving money wise?
I think quite stressful also because being a fresh graduate, just to be really transparent, I'm not looking for a corporate job. Also because I find joy in basically I want to be happy and I feel like I wouldn't be happy in a corporate job, maybe not now.
Joy in
so with that-
self-employment.
So basically self-employment. And with that being said, I think both of you would understand as well because both of you are also not in a corporate job kind of. And with that being said, right, you don't get stability in that sense. You don't get a fixed amount of money coming into your bank account every single month. And also because we are so-called fresh graduates, we don't depend on our parents as well. So we don't have that safety net. So with that being said, it is quite stressful because now we have to think about taxes, paying taxes, and making enough money. How do we afford to get food every single day, that kind of thing. Plus, I guess our expenses like shopping, even though shopping is not a need, but it's it would be nice, right? And then also sometimes I drive like my mom's car, so then I have to pay for petrol, pay for like the cash card stuff, which I think Justin can add on also because he owns a car, and I wanted to know from your perspective also, like how is it like owning a car in one of the most expensive cities in the world, because like you have COE and everything, right?
Yeah. I think for me is because I travel a lot for my work. I go to places here and there, and I guess I like I'm also trying to build like a social media branding kind of thing. It's always been something that I've always liked. Ever since I was in Ngee Ann Poly I did mass comm. So ever since then I always wanted to do like content creation. I want to do YouTube videos, which I'm venturing into now. So I feel like a car, to me, it's an investment in such a market where my parents are very against it. They're like, it's a depreciating asset, why will you blah, blah. But to me, I see it as, yes, it is a depreciating asset, but for me, I leverage on this depreciating asset to create content for people. Yeah, so that is essentially what I see my car as. It's not so much a depreciating asset, but I can use it to create content. Yeah, how much does it cost to own a car? How much does it cost to own an electric vehicle, something like that in the future.
Yeah. And can I just say, parking in Singapore, oh my goodness, so expensive.
Yeah.
And hard to find.
Yes.
I tell you, all my friends always say 8 p.m. reach, right? They only reach the MBS car park only.
Yeah.
By the time they find the parking lot, it's 1 hour later.
Yes, very, very hard to find parking. Very expensive. So
And the best part, they cannot find back the car.
yes. Royce knows. He knows
Yeah,
everything.
annoying friends. Anyway, so planning for a secure financial future may seem daunting to actually a lot of us, right? So any advice for them? For me, it's like, I don't really know how to plan for my financial future. I have to like really engage maybe a manager or an agent to help me out for that.
Right. So I think that in this day and age, we are in a very different world or society that we live in. I think everyone is adulting much younger, right? We buy houses at a much younger age, we get married at a much younger age. I think that's put a lot of stress on a lot of Singaporeans to want to BTO at an earlier age than our parents did. So, and apart from that, I think COVID, the past 3-4 years, ever since COVID, it kind of gave a reality check to a lot of people, not just business owners to be adaptable, but at the same time to youngsters or millennials. A lot of people were stuck at home. They couldn't work their part-time jobs on the weekend. So they had to look for other ways to make money while staying at home. So that brought about the boom of the entire, a lot of people are now doing e-commerce, their online businesses.
Nice.
So I think nowadays, in this day and age, students are rarely just students anymore. I mean, you talk about university, everyone in school, most of them, they are working some form of job on the side, some form of side hustle. So actually investing or working in some other side hustle doesn't put you ahead of others. I feel it makes you the norm. And likewise, not investing or not working, it doesn't make you the average. It actually it makes you below or under average Yeah, so it's really.
Wait. Can you
Are you
repeat
keeping up
that?
with that?
Well, I'm not.
I was like, yes.
When you are studying,
What?
you have to be working already.
I feel that's the norm. I
Actually,
feel that is the
true.
norm now.
Also because,
Yeah.
okay, so Justin and I are from SMU, right? And every single person, right? I think if you throw a rock, right? Literally, any 5 people, all of them would have done internships. All of them would have probably tried, starting their own
Okay,
business.
but I
you
mean,
think?
okay,
Yeah.
not all
Okay,
I
maybe
think you're
most.
exaggerating
Most.
a little bit.
No.
Most.
Because I'm only a few years their senior in SMU
Same.
as well. Back in the days, everyone just want to be a facilitator in some freshman camp during their summer time or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think it's like nobody's really talking about side hustles or
Right.
a business. To be a business owner at that point in time, someone will be like, wow, so amazing. But I guess now it's a norm.
Yeah.
I think that was sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
it's okay, go ahead.
Okay, that was pre-COVID, right? I think
Yes, pre-COVID.
Yeah.
So I think COVID really changed a lot, and then COVID also brought about TikTok, and there are a lot of young, successful TikTokers who are sharing this kind of advice, and I think a lot of the millennials and teenagers want to aspire to be like them, So
Yeah.
essentially, that's what caused a lot of them to want to start businesses in this day and age.
But
Yeah.
the childhood is gone already, basically.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Different
yes.
childhood.
Yes. Now everyone's just very focused on spending whatever free time they have to earn money, start something, get an internship. Yeah. So I think personally speaking also, I fell into that pressure. So for the last 2 years of my university, I had 5 internships in total. So it was just non-stop working plus school. Yeah. So that was.
But they were great internships, right?
Yeah.
Google, come on.
I feel
Amazon,
Google was my
Amazon.
last. Amazon was my second last. Then Google was my last one. But obviously, I had to work to get to that point to be able to secure internships like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so for you,
Very
were there any
cool.
financial struggles when you were interning? Because
Like intern period.
Yeah, intern.
Yeah. No, the thing is, I had so 5 internships. two of them were tech. So yes, I'm not gonna reveal how much the intern pay was, but yes, it was quite high. Some even the intern pay I think was competitive to fresh grad pay, to be really honest with y'all, for those 2 tech internships. And then for the previous 3 that I did, they were not competitive at all. Yeah, so definitely was struggling. Definitely was struggling. But also I think what helped me was because I was working so much, I didn't go out much, I didn't spend a lot of money. So I eat at home a lot and things like that.
Solution is to bury yourself in work.
I always do it as a thing, right? So I think that helped a lot. But definitely did struggle because the pay that I was getting from those internships were really just not enough. Definitely if I only had internships and if I didn't have like a side hustle like social media, I think I would have been struggling way worse, to be really honest.
And basically her company's got like provide lunch lah.
Yes.
For pantry.
Yes.
So how about you, Abby? You're also like an aspiring like singer. You also do content creation. So tell us any financial struggles that you face currently.
Because Justin brought up the whole COVID period, right? So I thought maybe I could share what I went through during that period of time. I actually had to start touching and using the money that I have, committed to keep frozen. I have an account that is completely untouched. And during that period of time, like I think in the middle of lockdown, kind of in the middle, then I was like, I need to touch my savings. And then I felt pretty bad about it. But now when I look back, I'm like, I mean, these are what savings are for, right? And you shouldn't feel bad.
Days.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that, yeah, rainy days.
yeah, and you shouldn't feel too bad about it. So my experience with wait, this is about saving money.
Yes,
right?
yes. Are they in a savings account or what kind of savings?
It's just a
platform
savings
are they?
account. Yeah, just purely savings account. The old-fashioned way,
Right.
where
The
parents
piggy
start.
bank kind of,
Yeah, like
Right.
parents start an account for you. You collect that ang pao money since young, and whatever other miscellaneous money goes into the account. You don't touch it. You pretend it doesn't exist. Then yeah, so I had that period where I was like, and then it gives you the pressure to be like, okay, I need to do something else. I need to do something to, earn money, put some money back into the account, which I've committed not to touch. So
Right. But I'm sure you have a lot of friends around you that like dabble with like investments and savings plan, even crypto, right? So what's like stopping you from, stepping out of your comfort zone, which is like the more traditional ways of saving?
yeah, actually. Yes, that's very true. I always have friends that are talking about, the
Which you don't
economic
understand.
climate.
Yeah,
Yes.
me too, me
Do you feel like I always feel that I'm the least financial literate amongst these people. I don't know whether it's because it's my line of work, because I've always been in,
We're in the arts.
music,
We
yeah,
don't
art,
network
Yes,
numbers.
and
creative
everything.
industry.
And I'm always so like quick to want to listen and learn more, but
Nothing goes in.
yeah.
Or it goes in and goes
I
out.
feel like I have to be more intentional about something like this because
Yeah.
it's really not my lane, I would say. Yeah.
Actually, can I add on? So I think I agree with you in a sense as well, because I feel like for us being in the creative industry, we want to learn more about finance, but the people around us don't really, I guess, have that kind of knowledge as well. But and then even if we do hear about these kind of things, we don't know how to execute. We don't know where to go, what platforms to use, how to put our money in. Is this amount of money enough? When do I buy? At what price? Things like that. So many things to consider. So I completely agree with Abby. But I think for me also, I wanted to add on is because I do invest money right now. But only because my boyfriend is in finance and he has like a lot of experience. So that's the only way for me to actually enter this route.
Right, but do you like really know like how to invest properly, or you just listen to what your boyfriend said and
Okay.
then like, okay, I just trust you.
Yeah, so
Well, that's
honestly,
me and my friends.
yes. So honestly, right now, I would say that I definitely have more knowledge in this space as compared to maybe 2 years back because of him. But in terms of investments, I still solely trust him because
Yeah.
I mean he knows best. He's a very well-read person, so he reads the news every single day. He keeps up with businesses and things like that. Even the recent like all the
SVB?
Credit Suisse,
Yeah.
SVP and things like that, right? He updates me on things like that, which I really appreciate because I don't read up myself. Just really busy with that. Yeah, so then I just trust him. Then we basically share like an investment account and we just put money in together.
So Justin, when do you start first dabble into investments and savings?
I think for me, 4 years back 4 years back was when I decided I want to learn about this because if you're talking about financial struggles, I'll backtrack a bit. I used to have this scenario, situation where I was in army as most guys are, right? Then every month we'll get what recruit pay. My time was 560. Your time was how much?
Oh my god.
What?
Forgot.
Four,
Three-
four, five,
three, four.
300.
300?
Oh,
Last
okay.
time, 14 years old, I worked in Mossburger, 320 the pay. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
And I was so
Okay.
happy. Anyway, 320.
Yeah, so every month that money that came in, I would just spend as quickly as it came in.
Okay.
So, and back then, I mean, wow, it was 20, 21 years old in army. At that point, what better do I know, right? Every week is just book out, go and party, go and drink, spend money on this and that. So, up until the point where, and the thing is, my parents did tell me at the start, hey, you better go and save every month the money coming, go and set aside 30% into this and that. But, kids being kids, we don't listen to our parents.
Yep.
So 1 month before I ORD, my last month of receiving the paycheck, I went partying with a friend and then she told me, actually Justin, you party every week, you should really go and save your army money, your army allowance every month that you get. Then it hit me when my parents told me, I didn't really listen. Then when my friend told me, I'm like, wow, shit, I realized I only left one more paycheck. Then I was angry at her, like, why you not tell me earlier? That kind of thing. But obviously, I should have known So I was only left with 1 month of I think 1,001 salary before I ORD. And at that point, I was like, I'm screwed because after this, the reality check she gave me was, after you ORD, you're going to uni. You think your parents will still give you allowance? And if they're not going to give you allowance, then how are you going to get by in uni? It's 4 years. At that point, I was like, I have to go and work really part-time. So that's why I decided to go and give out flyers after I ORD. And then I realized that way was a very slow way. They were paying $9, $10 an hour. It's not going to get me where I want to get. So I decided to start learning.
Because you
about
party harder.
Yeah,
Yes.
right, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, so then I started learning about investments.
Right, so I know creating a budget to manage your finances effectively is very important, but how much should you save or spend?
That's a very good question.
Any ideas?
I think in this day and age, it's very different from what our parents recommended back then. It's always the 50, 30, 20.
50 meaning spend or what? Just to clarify.
Just to clarify,
Every
think-
parents are different.
Correct. No, that's very
Yes.
true. I think the general guidelines are 50 on expenditure, but then my parents were like, you better save 50%. If not,
Wow.
So save 50%, spend 30%, and then 20% go and invest or pay for your insurance. But I feel like now in this day and age, it's very different. I think we should be saving less but investing a little bit more. Yeah, because back then they didn't really have the instruments that we have now. So back then it was all about saving. Now we have so many instruments available to us, and the barriers to entry are very low, right? So it's very accessible for all of us. So I think that you should definitely look to increase the percentage allocated towards investments, and then decrease the percentage allocated towards savings. Of course, expenses decrease as well. Yeah, but then also it depends on each individual's liabilities at that point in time. For youngsters, I would recommend investing a bit more when you don't have liabilities. From 18 years old is when you're legal to create an investment account. So
18 to invest already.
I mean,
Like you invest $200.
Oh my god, I need to rewind my ears. I need to start investing.
I know, right?
Yeah.
If only someone told us that at
Yeah, I
18.
know.
so the thing is, a lot of people will think, investment sounds very daunting. It sounds like I need, thousands of dollars, 50,000 to. You don't actually need that much. You can just invest $50 a month into whatever it is, be it Singapore savings bonds, SSB, or robo advisors, or unit ETFs, anything. You can just do $50 a month, and it will compound over time. There's this saying how if you invest $10 a day from 18 all the way to 28, so just 10 years. So you invest $10 a day for 10 years, and then you don't invest anymore thereafter. If you leave it to your retirement, which is around 60, 65, probably will be pushed back in the next couple of decades. But you leave it to 65, it compounds into 1.8 million. But the total that you only
All
invested...
the 18-year-olds out there, please
Yeah,
listen
take
to this,
notes.
okay?
Wow.
Yeah, and nobody understand how it works, or people always say, but that is if you leave it in from 18 all the way to 65. Yes, I mean, nobody wants to think long term. It's not a very sexy thing to do. It's not to plan for the future. People, our age, we want it now. We want instant gratification. The most amount of money in the shortest period of time. But $10 a day is not a lot of money. $10 a day is $300 a month, which of course, as 18-year-old, maybe it's a lot.
Yep.
But as you progress through your stages in life, when you graduate from uni, your fresh grad pay is going to be around, 3,000-ish?
Yep.
So $300 a month effectively is around 10%. And as you progress, that $300 a month is not going to be 10%, it's going to be lesser and lesser and lesser. So it's really setting a very small amount of money aside for your very long-term goals. Then when you have a higher spending power, you can allocate it towards shorter-term investments.
So actually, how do you spend money in a smarter manner?
I think I have a bit of a controversial opinion nobody really talks about, and if I share, people will be like, oh, you showing off.
Let's
or,
It's
get
but-
the
but-
views.
Get it?
Let's get the views.
Thumbnail.
I'm here for that.
so I think that my channel you should.
Go ahead.
Please go ahead.
No.
Yeah.
So I think is you cannot a lot of people talk about how do I save more, right? How do I save money better? How do I track my savings? But I think is you have to understand that you cannot cut costs to riches in terms of a business. You cannot save as much as possible in order to become successful. The better or the smarter way to do it is to increase your sources of revenue, or just increase your revenue or increase the amount of investments that you have. So how much can you realistically save on a 3,000 to 4,000 a month salary? The max 100%, which already is unrealistic. So how honestly, we usually will save about 50, 60, 70%, but that's about it. You cannot go past your salary. There's a cap to how much you can save. But in terms of investments, there's really no cap . The upsides depends on the asset classes you're invested into but there are no upsides.
Agreed. Also because right now, I think for the past 2-3 years, me and my partner, not boyfriend, like my business partner, we have been starting businesses and things like that. So what you said, obviously if we want to increase the number of streams of revenue coming into our pockets, we would obviously have to take out money as well to invest in businesses, invest in like marketing, ads and things like that. So agreed. I don't think there's like a cap or like there's like a right amount to save, because I think sometimes you really do need to take out more than what you intended to, I guess, bring even more money in. So I like that point. That was a really good point.
That's cool.
Right, and in our
Guys,
personal life, right,
yeah.
like, how do you actually spend money in a smarter way? Example, like when we go out on a regular like date night. Do you do that?
Date night,
Date night,
Wow. Date night a bit difficult.
quite-
leh.
Let the guys answer the question. Or like,
Come on, guys.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Actually not true. You know, sometimes now also like okay, because my boyfriend's still in school, because we are, army and we're the same age. So a lot of times I also do like pay. We don't like
I
have
think
this
the
thing
keyword is
whereby-
sometimes
No, actually a lot of times.
I'm obvious.
A lot of times. Actually,
I'm logging out.
honestly speaking, I would say 50%. Like I very confidently say I pay for 50% of
Actually, I
like
do
the
feel that
things.
like in this day and age,
Yes.
Yeah.
a lot
Now.
more. I mean, really,
Yeah.
like on
Yeah.
Dutch or anything, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Or
yes,
you pay
yes.
this time, next time I pay.
Yes,
Okay,
correct.
maybe not on Dutch anymore, but like
Yeah.
this time I pay, next time you pay.
Yes,
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Then I think also when you talk about dates, right? I think a smart way would be, not all dates have to be expensive. Not all dates have to be like, oh, I'm going to a 5-star staycation or like I'm going to a restaurant in MBS. It doesn't have to be that. So I think for us, like especially me and my boyfriend, we go to Newton Food Centre to eat like food, or like we go like hawker centre.
When you're in a
What?
stable, loving relationship, not on first dates, right?
Newton is expensive too, right?
It is expensive.
The bus
It is expensive. It is expensive. I thought we'll just go to the normal hawker centre to eat. Yeah, but
Normal hawker
or like
centre.
we cook Maggie. I
Yeah,
feel like
Shannon
some of dates
cooks.
also quite nice.
Yeah.
You cook Maggie at home and you just switch on Netflix. Those are also quite nice dates. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. So
I think a lot of girls they prefer, or guys also they also they
Gonna
have to be
get in
very
a lot of trouble.
I think they prefer more quality of time rather than the spending a lot of
Yes,
extravagant
yes.
amount of money, right?
Yes.
It's the quality of time, is the company. It's always the company, not the
Yes.
place. Okay, so actually I have this suggestion because I recently just chanced upon it. Is that this card game cafe? But I guess it's subjective lah. To me, it's fun. To me, actually, last time I never liked all these card games. I always thought it's so lame. Then as I grew older, suddenly I like card games.
is
that
so fun.
It's really fun, and the company matters lah. So
Yep.
you bring your friends to this place at Prinsep Street. It's like
Mind
what I
Cafe?
think. Yeah,
Mind
Mind
Cafe?
Cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's like $18 to $25 per pax, and it gives you like 4 to 6 hours of playtime.
free drinks,
and
free food,
free flow drinks, and free. They should sponsor
snacks.
us.
Yeah, they should sponsor
Free
us.
flow drinks and free flow food.
Yeah.
So you just go there, really have fun for 4 to 6 hours. And the good thing about it is sometimes you might wonder like, go there, I also don't know what games to play. You can actually ask the staff. The staff are trained to
Yeah, the
recommend
game
games
masters,
the game
yeah.
masters. So it's really fun, and it's not that expensive. $25 per pax for like 4 to 6 hours. I think it's really worth it.
Yep.
And I think on what she said, first dates, it doesn't have to be expensive. I mean, you can go to places, see the stars you say Singapore don't have. Actually can. But I won't say lah because later I want to bring my girlfriend there. I see, hey Royce, what are you doing here?
Later he whispered to us off
It's
camera.
okay.
Gatekeeping.
Roy's not interested in
Gatekeep.
stars.
Yeah.
Stars?
Yeah.
Then what are you interested in, Royce? What are your kind of dates? Oh, I see he gonna come out. He gonna
Good food, to be honest.
Good food.
To be honest,
I
any
agree.
place with good food,
Yes.
yeah, I don't mind.
Agreed.
As long as like it's good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because a lot of expensive restaurants, right, the food may not be good.
Agreed. Actually, Royce, he eats a lot of good food. I know he travels. Every
Yeah.
time traveling, eating good food.
Check out
so
his
then,
page.
yeah. So then, talking about traveling, right? How do you expense? Because I feel like traveling is so expensive, especially after COVID. Because now the flight prices and everything are so inflated.
Right. I think the key is to do your research, do your
Yep.
homework. Like there's a lot of like just Google a lot of like the like trips you can find. Like they even tell you the itinerary, so
Yep.
you can save your time and your money when you go from one location to another location. What's good, so you can cover a lot of spot in one location before you
Right.
move on to the next one. And a lot of apps currently that we have a lot of like discounts when we book like maybe a tourist attraction. So I'm sure we all know some
Yeah.
of the apps that's available.
Yep.
So I think it's like really good where you can ask someone that have traveled to maybe Korea before. Then you can say, hey, what are the do's and don'ts? So like people ask me right now, like, what can I do to prevent getting scammed on a taxi
Yep.
in Korea? So I think like asking the right people, just like how I should ask Justin on financial advice, is a good thing before you go to the next country.
Understand.
Yeah.
I think that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
In terms
You
of
go,
like
girl.
moving on to like solutions for our viewers who have been asking like how do we exactly invest or save. So in terms of like savings plans, Justin, how do you like advise our viewers to save?
Okay, in terms of, okay, like I said, I think savings plans, I generally don't, I don't really 100% believe in it. Of course, there is a market for people. But at the same time, I think because savings plans and endowment plans, for those who don't know, for the viewers who don't know, it's something where you put in like $100, $200 every month. They can go as low as like $50 a month, if I'm not wrong. And you hold it for like 25, 30 years. But the mechanics of an endowment plan or a savings plan is essentially what happens is the insurance company will take your money and invest it into funds, stocks, whatever, right? And then they give you a guaranteed return of maybe 0.8%. With a non-guaranteed upside of maybe up to 2%, 3% a year, that kind of thing. But it's non-guaranteed. So the guaranteed portion is actually really low. And what I would recommend is for the viewer to go straight into what that the company is investing into, like funds or stocks, rather than hire like a middleman, which is going through a savings plan, because the amount you're getting back is really much, much lesser lah. I mean,
Like do it yourself.
do it yourself or engage a trusted financial advisor or IC or RM from a bank lah. Yeah. So if you ask me, like, fuck, I lost my train of thought.
So how do they do it themselves? Like
Okay, so if you ask me how, like I said, you can ask a trusted financial
Yeah.
advisor or investment consultant, or banks also have RMs lah. Yeah, but
so they can just walk into the bank.
you can
to
ask
like-
them. Yeah, but typically I'll recommend asking someone you trust, not walking in, because walk-in clients, you want to be able to trust the person, and typically it's a sales market lah. Yeah, so people are just trying to sell you things. So I rather you go to someone who's very trusted and very genuine. Yeah,
Like
so,
yourself, lah.
I mean, I didn't say it lah. But
Shameless plug.
yes.
I help you
Yes,
plug. I help you
yes.
plug. His handle's right here.
Call him. It's true. You never know when like a crisis might happen.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like example, try touch wood, maybe like healthcare. If you're not on a very good insurance plan, a very bad condition can set you back. You know,
Correct.
a few hundred K.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
then when liquidity is very important, that you can be able to withdraw out versus like, oh my god, I'm so sick, I cannot do anything. Then like you're stuck inside. Evie, how about you? What have you learned from this session?
I think I learned a lot. So much that I do need to absorb it.
We need to rewatch our
Yeah.
own podcast. Like, oh, what did Justin actually say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but thank you so much for all your advice as well from your experience.
Yep, most welcome.
Yeah, Justin.
Thank you guys for sharing as well.
Thanks.
Yeah.
What have you learned from us?
Yeah.
How clueless
Come
we
on,
are.
be
I say,
honest.
like, oh
Be
my God,
honest, Justin.
Singaporeans are like wasting my time. No, like, no. Hi.
I think that there's a market for me, and maybe I go,
Wow.
I go and no, I'm not done
No,
yet.
it's just
man.
supposed to show there's a gap for you to conquer.
There
like,
is,
three
though.
of
I
us.
feel like a lot of people don't know how to use Excel that well. So actually, I mean, maybe I can come up with something like that and share with people.
Yeah,
and
sure,
it can be a
just
give
business
us
in
market.
itself.
Yeah, we need licensing on that. We gave him the idea, to be honest.
Yes.
Yeah,
Royalties,
we're part of the
royalties.
gap in the market.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are some of our money saving tips from our experience. So hopefully they will work for you in the future as well. So remember, saving money takes time and effort. So, but the rewards are also,
Yes.
can be very
Rewarding.
fulfilling lah,
Yeah,
rewarding as
rewards
well.
can be rewarding.
Especially. So once again, my name is Royce.
I'm Shannon.
I'm Abby.
I'm Justin.
And thank you for tuning in to bloomer.sg, pal. So we hope you have learned something and we hope to see you next time. Thank you for tuning in and see you soon.
See ya.